It's an exciting weekend for us here at WLOX. Our parent company, Gray Television, is unveiling a new 135-acre production studio in Atlanta, Georgia. Our national correspondent, Molly Martinez, gives us a sneak preview. Hi, we're at Jones Park in Gulfport, and we're here at the fishing rodeo. So right now there's an open contest for people who like fishing. So you bring your fish in and they weigh it and you enter a contest. Good morning, Chet. Like Carrie said, it's very breezy out here, but that's not going to stop anyone from coming down here later today to join the fun. Right now, we're on Washington Avenue. As you can see behind me, there's a bunch of barricades. All of them are up now. It seemed like they got that done early this morning. Now, the parade does start at 7 p.m. It is recommended you get here early because parking can get hectic. And also bring out those jackets because it is going to be a cold night. Good morning, Chet. Stagel Steakhouse is coming to downtown Wiggins. Now, the last time I was here, we were talking about development growth and how business is booming here in downtown Wiggins. Today, we see that happening with the groundbreaking of Stagel Steakhouse. This restaurant is going to open later on during the year, but the owners are very excited. That's right, Hugh. Super Bowl Sunday would be the perfect example of people throwing parties and grabbing a drink or two. And maybe next time this year, they'll be able to come into liquor stores like this one on a Sunday. Here's what you need to know. Good morning, Chet. We are here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum at CannaCon, and here there's a lot of vendors, a lot of people just learning about the cannabis industry. Here with me is Louis Burks with Fabric Air. He's going to let us know a little bit of what is the company about.
Yeah, so Fabric Air is a fabric duct manufacturing company. We've been around for 50 years now, and we provide even air distribution for the cannabis market. Provide fabric duct work that keeps your plants moving and keeps them happy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit of your showcase here.
Yeah, so this is our new product, Rackflow. It's our new baby, came out last year, and it is a multi-tier racking system and supplies that ambient air onto the canopy to prevent any kind of microclimates and keeps those plants moving from anything forming on top of them.
And tell us a little bit about CannaCon. Tell us, there's a lot of people here just learning about the cannabis industry. How important is it for people to get informed?
Yeah, it's awesome talking with all the facility owners and everybody else that's in the industry. Real important to keep networking and spread the good word about the cannabis industry and how it can help out patients and just good for the world. Yeah.
And for people that want to learn more about the cannabis industry, would you recommend they come here?
100%. Yeah, there's so much to learn here, and you can pick everybody's brain, and everybody's very happy to talk, for sure. Yeah.
So you guys are going to be here until
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, here till tomorrow, breaking down. And this is one of many CannaCons that we've done. They're always great events, and they're always great for networking.
So we'll bring you more on the expo later today. Live in Biloxi, Leslie Rojas, WLOX News Channel.
Yet to be said.
Carl Davison's driveway is blocked by fallen trees and debris that came down during the storm.
You can hear it was just like a freight train. Then it was just like a loud cat noise. Then I can hear stuff flying up against the building.
Davison was in his shed with his dog when the tornado struck.
The first thing hit my phone, tornado is in this area. And before I can react to it, it just like turned to dark. Just bowed my head down and started praying, Lord, 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 please don't let nobody get hurt in this. And the shed don't blow away on me. And I can hear this loud, just wind whooping noise. And I'm knowing this shed gonna go away, but it stayed.
He was in disbelief to see his shed was untouched. Meanwhile, his neighbors weren't so lucky.
I lost all my skin in my body, just like, man, I like to pass out from it. It's just scary, being real, real scary.
Across the street, community members continue to help each other in this time of need.
They tore this top off altogether. With the garage, they tore it off.
Charles Millender was delivering ice from a nearby snowball business to people's homes.
That's the block ice for the crush up for the snowballs, and we can't do nothing with it. We got no power, can't make no snowballs, so we're giving it away to the community,
A block of ice means a lot to people who have no refrigerator in this heat.
It's important that we have ice to keep the cold stuff cold and make it through the night until the next day, get some more ice, try it again. Because a lot of people in this area ain't going to have ice for a minute.
It's been 4 days since the tornado hit, something no one seemed to think was possible.
It's here. Now we don't have to worry about it on TV. We know what it's all about now. It's here.
That's something that's you can't picture, because it's never going to look the same no more. Never.
In Moss Point, Leslie Rojas, WLOX News Now.
Pardon the interruption, teachers and students. I have an announcement.
We just found out that, again, we are #1 in the state. Congratulations, teachers and students, for everything that you do.
Yeah. Being named the best high school in the state of Mississippi doesn't come as a surprise for many West Harrison High School students.
Because we put in so much hard work, the teachers, us, everybody put in so much hard work, so it wouldn't be surprising at all.
Like Roman Williams, several students say educators at West Harrison strive to achieve student success, and they work closely with students to help them achieve it.
We offer a lot of tutoring. We have a couple of honor societies, and we offer tutoring for every single one of them. So tutoring is a big spot, and the teachers also encourage the students to constantly be studying, learning, and furthering their education.
Basketball coach and PE teacher Patty Norwood believes every single person who works at the school plays an essential role in each student's success.
I think that's the main key to get them to learn. It's a trust factor, and if they believe that we are looking out for the best for them and we want the best for them, they'll give us their best.
Danica Beachy is finishing her senior year at West Harrison. She says besides the teachers preparing students for statewide testing, they help them prepare for college.
So excited that I get to go on to college and talk about my amazing high school education that I got, because it definitely varies, and to be able to say that I came from the #1 high school in the state is just incredible.
To celebrate the student success, Principal Dr. Michael Weaver is hosting a rally in November. In Harrison County, Leslie Rojas, WLOX News Now.
TV 13 is again proud to bring to South Mississippi coverage of the annual Blessing of the Fleet.
Basically, the season looks real good.
My dad made us come every year because we supported the seafood business and all the restaurants.
Today marks the 3rd day of Mississippi shrimp season, and according to all reports, this should be a fantastic year.
From Bay St. Louis to Pascagoula, seafood has always been a part of South Mississippi. In the early 1900s, the seafood industry on the coast was booming, and with it came plenty of work.
There was not enough workers here, so they came from Baltimore, they came from everywhere really, and that's how we became known as the melting pot of the world, because we had so many different cultures moving to this area to help us harvest seafood here on the Gulf Coast.
So my great-great-grandfather, Steve M. Sequel, came over from Croatia. He opened Seacoast Packing Company in Biloxi, and it employed 450 people during the Great Depression.
2023 shrimp queen Elizabeth Wetzel, like many people on the coast, has deep family roots within the industry.
Well, my grandma used to walk down to her uncle's seafood market on Lee Street, and that was always so cool to know that all the family was just right there and they could just go get seafood and help out.
Wetzel's great uncle's seafood market was one of many located in Biloxi. Along with markets, shrimp factories sat alongside Highway 90, where we now see casinos.
Of course, they had the shrimp, the whistles and stuff that would call and let the workers know that the boats were coming in.
Maritime and Seafood Industry Museum Executive Director Robin Cron David says each factory had a different sounding. When they blew in the morning, people knew it was time for work.
So it was pretty loud.
Yeah, oh yes, very loud.
Within those factory walls were hard-working people.
In here, and you can see the tongs in there, and then it would rotate and it would cut up their ice for them.
As time passed, big machines were brought in.
And this machine can actually peel 1,000 pounds of shrimp an hour. So when it was invented by the LePere family, it really displaced a lot of workers, but that's another reason we were able to produce a lot more seafood.
With demand at an all-time high, factories bought shrimp, crab, and oysters from local fishermen.
As time went on, up till the 1970s, that's when the Vietnamese started coming in, you know. So, and they really dominate the industry now. You know, they are the majority of the industry, I guess, because they are the last influx of immigrants. You know, there's still some first-generation Vietnamese that came to America that's still shrimping. You know, a lot of them are getting older now.
Captain Frank Parker spent his childhood around boats, listening to stories about family members who caught seafood for a living.
The first line of my family was my great-great-grandfather. He came here in 1842, but they were all fishermen. They mainly caught oysters back then. It wasn't a lot of shrimp. The technology wasn't there to keep them, you know, cold and stuff like that, so they really didn't catch a lot of shrimp.
Inspired by those stories, he decided to pursue fishing at the age of 13.
You know, I grew up on Point Cadet, and when you could walk out my front door, I mean, if you look north, you could see boats. You looked east, you could see boats. You look south, you could see boats. That's where we lived. You know, we lived in a fishing town, and there wasn't really a whole, you know, it was way before casinos, and I mean, there was just shrimp houses. You could just smell the smell of seafood, you know, from as soon as it started getting hot. When I was 13 years old, I started running my own crab boat, and before and after school, you know, I could shrimp in the summertime, but y'all really couldn't be gone, you know.
Even though Parker's passion was fishing, he went to college, pursuing a biology degree.
One day I met a guy that I was working with for the research lab, and he had my degree, and he was a cook on the boat. And I'm like, well, why are you cooking? Well, you can't make no money as a biologist. You got to do something, you know. So that's when I changed my mind. I was 23 years old, and it was like, man, and just a few hours away from my degree, I was like, jumped out head first straight into the industry.
Parker spent the next 20 years working as a charter boat captain. Along the way, his journey was filled with very highs and lows. What he didn't know at the time was how much the industry would change.